first and foremost, let me just say this. Our fan base, I know with the weather, how it was going to be today, it was great that, our fans continue to come out and support us. Really appreciate that. Obviously, the student section out there early, and really grateful for them. From my standpoint, it was great to watch our kids just continue to work. And again, I don't feel much different one way or another from the first couple of weeks, other than I just watch our kids continue to improve, and I think that's what good football teams do, and that's what we'll continue to do. Not perfect, still some areas that we must get better at if we want to become the team we've got the ability to be, but really proud of how our kids responded to a challenging time this week. But I think that's the definition of our football team and really the culture we've worked really hard to build around here. So with that said, again, Brock's got great poise, and I think that's the thing I really do appreciate about him is his ability to just continue to navigate the present and not get wrapped up in either what happened in the past or what's coming in the future. And you say what makes Brock a really talented football player. Those are the qualities that probably embody him the best, is his ability to be present in the moment. We played like a football team for the first time this year, and I say that because you felt like we were playing off each other for the first time all year. And I know I've said that multiple times, but it is really our only chance to be truly the best version of us we can be. When we play with each other, when we play special teams, offense, defense, and flow, then you have the opportunity to be a really good football team. And that's been our recipe for success. There were times we still didn't do it as good as we need to. And I think that's probably the great challenge for us going forward, is continuing to fix some of those shortcomings we did have today. But at least we felt it, we saw it, and we continue to see what we have the ability to become when we do it the right way. And that was huge. Obviously, those were critical moments, and moments where, communication error and technique error, that kind of created adversity early from the offensive standpoint. And again, their ability to rise up in critical times and critical moments were really big. And we made some plays today when we needed to, and I thought that was huge for this football team. I just really think for us, I think the biggest growth you saw us play in unison. We created some turnovers. Offensively, we finished drives. Defensively, I thought we certainly tackled better. We were able to create some pressure at times when we needed to. And yet you say all those things, and we still turn the ball over to start the game. We still struggled at times on third down. And again, if we want to be the team we've got to become, there's still a lot of work ahead of us. That's the one thing I do like about this team. And again, I said this, our integrity in this building is what gives us a chance to be successful. And I think when distractions are around, your integrity gets exposed. And I thought how our kids reacted, really even through the week. I honestly thought we had our best Tuesday and Wednesday that I've seen here since I've been here. And that's the credit to the leadership in that locker room. That's the credit to our players, and I think what they stand for. And that gives you a chance, and then you gotta be willing to do the detail and work and continue to get better. And obviously a lot of areas for us to continue to grow there. There is a flow and a rhythm to every game, and can you put that flow and rhythm into your hands? And we've done that really well at times, and we've also done that really poorly. I think you can feel it, and a lot of times you can see it. But that's our key to success, and I don't think that's not just us. That's football. But I think there's a real distinct flow to success, and you finally caught that and felt that at times on our football team. It's really meaningful reps is going to be important for this team. He's one play away from playing as the starting quarterback here. He's a guy that has earned the right to be a really good football player, to be really honest with you. Real's worked really, really hard, and he's a guy that certainly gives us a lot of different options and can do a lot of things for our football team. I think just to watch him function offensively, for the first time live, I think that was really big for everybody, but he's earned the right to go play well because that's how he practiced. I think there's a lot of guys today that gave us confidence, which was really big. I said up there, Sean Shaw, Arnold Azuna, Connor Green had some huge plays today. I thought John Brock had a really good day today. There's a lot of guys that earned, and confidence is earned. Confidence is earned under the lights when there's people in the stands. And it's obviously you earn that right through how you practice every day. And so I think we grew. Go ahead, I'm sorry. I think that's, and we talk, where's our greatest growth in our program? Those areas. How about, I thought the offensive line today, you're talking about, I mean, another really good performance against a really good front seven. They continue to really grow. I thought they protected elite, at times, and I thought there was again opportunities when we were able to create in the running game. But I think, and then the defensive line, you talk about it, guys like Connor Green, some of those guys on Hummel's play, it's Connor Green that steps in and, affects the quarterback for that to happen. So I think all huge positives for us if we're going to take them and move forward with it. There's a lot of credit that's got to go to our coaching staff. I think with Coach Manning, with Coach Gordon, those two, settling and building an offense around him through, really the spring carrying over to the summer. And I think that's an area we've been efficient through the early part of the football season, which is positive. I think you better be able to protect the quarterback. We haven't done that all the time really well here in the first 3 years. I think that has been certainly positive in the last 3 football games at times. And, again, I think that's a lot of credit's got to go to Brock Purdy. I mean, that guy's a gym rat. He's here as much as our coaching staff is, studying and detailing what it takes to be a great quarterback. And certainly Brock did a lot of great things today. Again, I just think it all starts with quarterback play, quarterback driven, and that efficiency to get the football where it needs to go. It is certainly big. A little bit of it is, certainly some of the things they were doing. They're an aggressive team, and sometimes when you're aggressive, you've got the ability to give up a big play, and you've got the ability to make big plays, and that's kind of how they live at times. So, I think those are the two probably areas where you'd say explosiveness or quickness of some of those drives occur. If we want to have the ability to compete in this conference, I think we needed to see our growth and find, can we play our game, and there's been moments and flashes of it, and there's been some really good glimpses, even though you don't get a win here or there. But I think we saw this and we saw how close we are. And again, we're not there yet, but I think we're a lot closer today than maybe we were even 2 weeks ago, and so and a week ago. But again, that's football. That's building a team, 18 to 22-year-olds, and trying to get better 1 week at a time. I hope our niche when this is all said and done is just, man, Iowa State football got better every week, and if we can do that, then we'll have a chance to compete in this conference. I hate to discredit those guys because I think that's a really special room, and I think it certainly starts with Charlie Kolar. Charlie has really worked hard to be that complete football player. I thought he was outstanding. Dylan Sainer, a couple of those catches he makes, the catch on our sideline is incredible. And then, Chase Allen, kind of do right every play kind of guy. And so, those 3 guys all have different intangibles, but similar intangibles. And so I think building an offense and continuing to use them is certainly really important to us. And, Randy, you're right, tight ends, those are good to have. So it's nice to finally have some. I just so grateful to Seneca because he has really been such a huge piece of our building process here, from coming back and having the ability to talk to our football team year one, to being present around some of these guys, and to be a beacon of hope for guys like Brock Purdy and Real Mitchell, and a guy that set a gold standard here of what excellence looks like at the quarterback position. It makes it really special. So huge honor for him to be inducted obviously today, and I'm just glad we could represent him in that 15 jersey a little bit. Well, I think his confidence from last week was huge, and I think he's a guy that you see emerging. I've said this, I thought had a great spring practice. I thought did some great things a year ago. In big moments, he started to shine, and I've always said great players have the ability to do that. Michael continues to do great things for us, DeShante, and that's big. And again, I think that's where it's great to have a quarterback that's spreading the ball around, and you can find the mismatches, and you got guys everywhere that can win. It gives you a chance to be really successful, and certainly we're doing that a little bit right now.